Communication Disorders After Stroke. In this module, we will be talking about aphasia, apraxia of speech, and dysarthria. Let's talk about what is aphasia. How does it affect me? What can help deal with it? Aphasia means difficulty communicating. It can be hard getting words out or hard understanding words or numbers you hear. It can affect what words we say, how we read, and how we write. Aphasia is not a disorder of intelligence. It does not make you less smart or cause problems with the way you think. There are two basic types of aphasia. One or both areas can be affected, either trouble getting words out or trouble understanding what people say. Difficulties may be mild in one area, but more severe in another. Other names for expressive aphasia are non-fluent or Broca's aphasia. In this case, the words are very difficult to come out. Other names for receptive aphasia are fluent or Wernicke's aphasia. You can talk very easily, but the wrong words can come out, making you hard to understand. People with anomic aphasia have difficulty naming objects, people, and other things, but they can usually understand and read well. An example of an anomic aphasia would be, the mother is at the, what's it called? The thing you wash dishes in. Anyway, the water is overflowing and she is making a big mess. The boy is standing on I know what it is. A stump. No, a chair. Well, it's like a chair, and he is going to fall reaching for a cookie. Global aphasia is a near or total loss of the ability to use language. You are unable to read, write, speak, or understand people. Apraxia of speech is a motor planning disorder. People with apraxia know what they want to say, but have difficulty coordinating muscle movements to make sounds and words. You may have trouble getting the muscles of your mouth to move the right way to say words. People with apraxia have trouble sequencing the sounds in syllables and words. It may also affect your ability to make hand gestures, but automatic speech, such as counting and singing songs, is usually the easiest. An example of apraxia would be the following. The mother is washing dishes at the sink. The water is overflowing and she may slip. The boy is standing on a cool stool. He is about to fall over. The girl is watching him. Dysarthria is a speech problem due to weakness, slowness, or poor coordination of the muscle used for speaking. The speech sounds slurred and may be difficult to understand. A speech-language pathologist, or SLP, can work with you, your family, and hospital staff to facilitate and make communication easier. A communicative disorders assistant, or CDA, works under the supervision of the SLP to carry out the treatment goals identified for you. Specific treatment is available for specific difficulties. Treatment will focus on the different modalities used to get messages across to your communication partners. This can incorporate speaking, facial expression, use of gestures, tone of voice, body language, writing and drawing. Communicate one idea at a time. The Aphasia Institute in Toronto offers wonderful resources to support communication using pictures such as these. Pictures and visuals can help to support more complex topics of communication. There are tips that we may take for granted, but are so important when communicating to a loved one who has had a stroke. Look at the person when speaking. Speak in an adult, appropriate tone of voice. Write down key words. Use gestures and facial expressions. Use objects from the environment if it's helpful for understanding. Use yes/no questions. Draw simple pictures. And acknowledge the person's competence. I know you know. Encourage the person to write down key words or draw pictures. Encourage the person to point to something. Show me. Attempt to identify the general topic first, then move on to details. Use a written yes/no if needed. If you do not have time to communicate, explain this to the person and return when you do have time. Do not pretend to understand. It's important to remember that the SLP will develop an individualized plan for you and your communication partner. If you have questions, please feel free to touch base with the SLP.